Hi folks, welcome to part 2 of learning about eBird through Sandhill Cranes and learning about Sandhill Cranes through eBird. There is another level of this that I wanted to show you, but in order to keep it relatively short or reasonably short, I decided to break it up into 2 parts. There's probably going to be a third. But I've backed all the way out to the home page just to remind you how I got into the Explore Data and Species area. So this is the home page, and up here on the main navigation bar I'll click on Explore Data, and then I'll go quickly to Species Maps, and I'm going to enter Sandhill Crane into the species field. I'm going to choose Antigone canadensis rather than any of the subspecies. Even though there is a subspecies that we're mostly concerned with, we're going to choose Antigone canadensis because that's what most people use to report. I'm going to just leave it year-round all years, and you see that we get all kinds of data now. I'm going to zoom in until I get to where my particular hotspot is that I want to collect data on or explore data on. We're going to keep zooming in to towards Paynes Prairie Preserve State Park until I find my hotspot. I think I see it already. Yes, I do. So this hotspot is at the head of La Chua Trail on the north side of the prairie. And there's our data. Now I'm quickly going to go to click on Explore Hotspot to show you what I want to show you today. It's dealing with a lot of data at the moment, but there it is. Now that I'm in the data for the hotspot, you can see that for this hotspot, the checklist comprises 263 species, and it is derived from 3,549 checklists. These are all things that individuals have submitted by being out in the field and observing these birds firsthand. So this is actually an experience-based, observation-based checklist. Now, I'm going to click on bar chart, and this is going to give me bar charts for every one of these 263 species. And we can talk about bar charts later, but I'm going to go ahead and scroll all the way down to where the Sandhill Crane is. If you don't know where Sandhill Crane appears in the taxonomy, then just do Control F, and that gives you your little search bar. You type in Sandhill Crane, hit enter, and it's going to highlight it for you so that when you scroll through the list, you'll see it in whatever highlighted color you've chosen. Now here's our bar graph. You can see that you can change the way that the graph is represented. I'm going to choose abundance because I actually want to look at numbers of birds, which is represented here in the y-axis now that I've selected abundance. And it gives you data points along the graph that are averages for weeks starting on, or when once per week they'll average for that week. Now look at here. On the x-axis we have the dates. This is week starting January 1st, week starting January 15th, for instance. Now look at how the data drops off. This is all years, year-round, all years. So these are averages year-round over years. And so what you're seeing here is that historically, in the first and second week of February, the Sandhill Cranes migrate north. So I hear a lot, wow, the cranes seem to be out early every February, and it always feels early, but for Sandhill Crane migration, it isn't, and here's the evidence right here. This little spike in the third week of February, I don't know what that's about. That might be staging from birds that are coming further south, and migrating back through, because there are certainly, depending on the years, there are certainly a lot of Sandhill Cranes that winter further south. But look at here, through March all the way through into early November, you have just, averaging only a few cranes. Actually, it looks like most of the averages are 1, 2, 3, or even less than one Sandhill Crane per observation, per week.